In this video, I will demonstrate how to merge duplicates on the family tree in FamilySearch. Usually when you merge duplicates, you'll end up going down to the bottom right of the person page and clicking on the possible duplicates link for an individual. The computer will tell you whether it has found possible duplicates or not. In this instance, no results were found. If results had been found, there'd be a person listed down here with information about them, and you'd be able to compare birth to birth and death to death, relationships, and then if there was enough information to make you think that it was likely that these are two different versions of the same person, there would be a button to the right that says Review Merge. So that's the easiest way and the most common way to end up entering into the merging process. I'm going to show you another way. In this instance, I was reviewing Nancy Dorcas Kirby's family, and as I looked at her family members, I noticed that she had married two people, but they both had the name of Oscar Pearson. And I thought to myself that the odds of her marrying a person named Oscar Pearson twice were almost nil. As I continued to look at the family, I noticed that both relationships had a daughter named Ada Pearson. And so I became very confident that somebody had added Ada and somebody had added Oscar to Nancy, and then somebody else had added the complete family with a little bit more information about each of the individuals. So I need to merge Ada to Ada, and I need to merge Oscar to Oscar. You'll notice it's important when you're considering doing this to look at their ID numbers. So this Oscar has an LJK7 ID number, and this Oscar has an LT62. So I know they're different individuals who need to be merged. The Ada situation is the same, LJK7 LTHZ. So the way that you would merge these individuals is you'd first copy the number of one of the people that you're planning to merge, just in case you don't have the name come up as you go to the possible duplicates listing. Then you'll go to the other version of the individual. So I'm going to open Ada's person page, and on Ada's person page then I'll go down to the possible duplicates link on the bottom right, and in this instance Ada is there, and you can see what I was talking about in terms of them laying out a possible alternative for you. 1880 in Iowa, Oscar, Nancy. This is probably the same person as who I was going to merge by ID number. If I was going to do that, I would click here and I could put in that number that I had copied if there hadn't been somebody. But in this instance, I'll go ahead and click the Review Merge. And then what happens is my version of Ada is on the left and the alternate version is on the right. And I merely scroll down and I see if I like the things on the right better than the left, and I put it over to the left side, because these two people are going to be one when I finish merging them, and so I want to save the best that I can. Ada H is better than Ada Pearson, so I just click Replace and it goes over and takes the place of what I had before. 1880 in Iowa is better than 1880 in IA, so I click Replace there. Then I continue to scroll down. I didn't have this information of where she lived in 1910, 1920, 1930, 1935, and 1940, so I'll bring all of that over as well. Then I didn't have the spouse for this for my Ada, so I go ahead and bring the spouse over and the three other children. And then I look at the parents, and you'll notice if the parents were exactly the same, they would be side by side, and they would say replace. But in this instance, because my Oscar has the LT62 and that one has the LJK7, they're different individuals. And so I don't want to leave this Oscar over here, because when I merge, then I'll be cutting that Oscar off. So I go ahead and add him. Even though this set of parents and this set of parents are the same, I'm going to have to go back later and merge Oscar to Oscar. My Nancy Dorcas is the same number and everything. Then I come down to the bottom, and I click Continue Merge. And in the box I explain why I think this merge is correct, and I say same name, birth, and parents. You want to have at least 3 very strong correlations. 4 is better before you merge somebody. Because I had these people in the same family relationship and saw the duplication built into the family member section of the person page, I was confident that they were, so I didn't have the same doubts that I might normally have if they were just cold turkey presented to me. Then I click Finish Merge, and those 2 people become one. So Ada now has her parents of Oscar and Nancy, but you notice that she's got 2 sets of parents. So what I want to do now is highlight Oscar's number and copy it. And then I want to go up to Oscar and open him. And then I want to go to Oscar's possible duplicates. And the computer didn't find any, so this time we need to do it by merging by ID. I put in that number that I had copied, and I click Continue, and now my version of Oscar will be on the left and that other Oscar is on the right. I don't like this name better. I don't like the death better. Now you notice that the Nancy and Nancy are the same people, and it just merely says replace, and so I don't need to worry about losing those people. Ada is now the same. I just merged her, and so all I now need to do is come down here, continue the merge, and say the reason is same name, birth, spouse, and child. And then I click Finish Merge. Now at this point I can review the family again, and I've got Oscar and Nancy with their 4 kids, but I've cleaned up the family relationships so that there aren't any duplicates in there. You'll need to be able to have this skill of merging duplicates if you're going to do much work at all in FamilySearch, because there's a whole bunch of duplicates built in. Many different data banks have been used to put together the family tree, and many different people have added information, and so duplicates are just a fact of life for us, and our job at this point, as new as family tree is to clean up the tree, both in terms of the accuracy and the formatting and completion of the information, but also in terms of the individuals that we find on the tree itself.